Make sure we green everywhere. Make sure we green everywhere. I should sound better. I should look better, etc. We'll wait for a couple of people to jump in. What's up to everybody? Appreciate y'all tuning in. I know I said last week that we were gonna have a quick little broadcast because I had the fantasy draft. This week is gonna be even quicker. Cause last week I still went like 2.5, bro. I get to chatting. I get to chatting. So I'm trying to do better with it. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Jump in the comments. Let me know if y'all can hear me. DJ, what's goody? QJ, what's goody? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know we good to go. Got the new mic, you know what I'm saying? My co-host told me I needed, you know what I'm saying? My co-host told me I needed to upgrade. I needed to do a little bit better with the audio. So I just went ahead and made some things happen. My co-host told me I needed to do better with the audio, so I went ahead and made a couple plays. Bet. Corey said y'all can hear me. Okay, cool. We're gonna let some people join up. If you're new here, thank you so much for being here. If you're new on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, of course, turn that bell notification on. Again, thank you so much for being here. We're gonna let a couple more people join and we're gonna get right to it. You know, we got LSU and USC. Got LSU and USC 7:30, I believe. You know, I got the parlay in already. I got LSU money line, so we gotta, we gotta kind of push the pace on this thing a little bit for sure. Omar, what's goody? Good. I'm glad that I can be that Sunday evening. You know what I'm saying? Something that you smoke to, something that you blow to. You know what I'm saying? For sure. That's when I know I'm locked in. That's when I know I'm locked in and I'm ready to go. When I see Omar tell me he got something in the air. When Omar tell me he got something in the air, that means we good to go and we locked in. We're going to get it. We're going to get to the business for sure. Wait a couple more minutes. See what we can make happen. Get a couple more faces in the building. Make sure I put it out on on Twitter. Make sure y'all know what's going on. Make sure to follow us on all socials. Panthers Nation out in Germany. What's goody? I got family in Germany. I don't know where, so don't ask me. I'm not here to cap to y'all, but I know I do got family in Germany for sure. I got family in Germany, so what's good? Yes, Lord. Hit the like button. Do that. Give it about 2 more minutes. We're gonna get started. Matter of fact, before we even get started, let me know if y'all watched the Camp Confidential episode that dropped today. Y'all let me know if y'all watched the Camp Confidential episode that dropped today. Drop it in the live chat. Drop it in the comments. We're going to touch on that a little bit too. I wish YouTube and Twitter wouldn't click me if I play some music. I would like to play some music. But I'm going to chill. Kev, what up? Panther Nation in the building. What's goody? I'm going to get y'all out of here. I promise. Y'all have my word. I'm going to get y'all out of here before LSU USC kicks off. I promise. We got money on the line, money to be made. I almost want to give y'all a lock already for next week. If you go take it right now, I don't know if it's legal where y'all are at. You know what I'm saying? I know there's a lot of people in North Carolina, so I know it is legal here. But the lock for next Saturday, I know we got NFL next Sunday. I know we got NFL on Thursday and Friday. But the lock for next Saturday is Tennessee -7.5 against NC State. Go lock that in right now and put your whole life savings on it. Put your whole life savings on Tennessee right now to cover the spread. I promise you, we're going to make you some money. For sure. Shout out, Corey. Appreciate you, brother. Like, subscribe, do all of that. Bell notification. Hey, Hey, chill. We can't start the draft narrative already, bro. It's too early, man. It's too early. It's too early. We can't do that yet. We can't do that yet, man. We gotta chill, bro. We gotta chill. I seen Panthers Twitter was in a frenzy this past weekend with a couple of prospects. But let's just see what we got. Let's just see what we got. Y'all jumping to conclusions. You know what I'm saying? Everybody overreacting. Just chill. Just wait. Let's see what we got first. Let's see what we got first. Let me make sure we live on Twitter, on X rather. Let me make sure we live. Think we live. Should be live. I'm seeing we live. Good. Gonna get started in 45 seconds. We're gonna get started in 45 seconds. Let me just make sure everything is good to go on my end. As soon as I make sure everything is good to go on my end, we're gonna get started. And really it's nothing too complicated for me today. I'm not in here to go on no rants, you know what I'm saying? I'm not in here to do nothing crazy, say nothing crazy. Everything is very, very cordial today. Peaceful. You know, I'm feeling dripped out. The new joint just came in about 2 days ago. Shout out 47, even though they don't pay me. Even though they don't pay me. Shout out 47. This piece is crazy. My co-host tried to buy it off of me. You know what I told him. You can get it. It's for 100. For 100. Hey, everything is sellable. Everything has a price. Everything has a price. Everything must go. But you know, I can't get it. I can't get it to you for what I got it for. I just can't do that. I just can't do that. That's what I told him. And of course, he had some words for me. Of course, he had some words for me. All right, let's do it. I just wanted to come in here and talk about what the 53-man roster looks like heading into week 1 against the New Orleans Saints. We had a lot of movement last Tuesday. I told you guys last Sunday when I did the live stream, I told you all that we will come in sometime this week and dive into the 53 a little bit. We did it on for Panthers fans only, but that was pre, the waiver wire and things of that nature. So I just wanted to take another brief look at it, get y'all's opinion on a couple of things, give my opinion on a couple of things. Then we'll talk a little bit about Camp Confidential, the episode that dropped today. Not sure if you guys have seen that yet, but that did drop, I want to say maybe like around 1 or 2 p.m. today. So I checked that out. Honestly, I'll be honest, one of the best episodes that I've seen of that particular series, and really one of the better pieces of content that I've seen from the Carolina Panthers as a whole, in my opinion. So we'll touch on that a little bit, and then we'll just look very, 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 very briefly, just because I want to test the temperature in the room. I want to see where y'all are at. So we'll look very, very briefly on or at the week 1 matchup against the New Orleans Saints. And then, like I said, we'll wrap up. We out of here quick tonight, yo. We out of here quick tonight. Money to be made. LSU, USC. I got LSU money line. If y'all want to do something, tap in right now. You see the social media links below. Let me do the intro. Thank you all so much for being here. If you don't already, like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend. Follow us on social media at Goodies and Two Shoes, at For Panthers Fans Only on Instagram, at For Panthers Fans Only on TikTok, at FPFO __ podcast on X, For Panthers Fans Only everywhere. If you search for Panthers Fans Only, I promise you it'll pop up. Search for Panthers Fans Only. I promise you it'll pop up. This right here is something extra that I do. For Panthers Fans Only is our full production podcast with me, Terrence, Tavian, my host and my producer. And this is Move to Change. This is Move to Change with JJ. So again, thank you so much for being here. This is just an individual show that I do kind of off to the side. Also, the schedule is going to change a little bit. We will be dropping on our actual date this week for the podcast. Wednesday at 9 a.m. Taking a look at the week 1 matchup a little bit. Going to give you guys our actual official season predictions. Who will be the team player of the year? Who will be the defensive player of the year, offensive player of the year, rookie of the year, etc. We're going to do all of that, knock all of that out this episode, this week, this Wednesday at 9 a.m. And then the schedule will change a little bit because we will be doing a live stream. That's something new that we're going to be doing for Panthers Fans Only. We're going to be doing a live stream with other team content creators. So we already have some content creators for the New Orleans Saints already lined up for this week. So very, very excited about that. We're going to be going live on Friday evening. So, if y'all ain't too busy and y'all, we get in that stretch window and y'all dying for some Carolina Panther football because we will be 48 hours away, y'all will be able to hop into the live and check us out at that time. So, yeah, I think I did pretty good on the intro. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, man. The Carolina Panthers. Now, you guys got my preliminary reaction, I guess you could say, on For Panthers Fans Only this past week with what we had going on with the 53 man. But let's just take a look at a couple of the new transactions, I guess you could say, or practice squad, or however you want to look at it. And I want to go like this. Let me see. 1 second. My apologies. All right. Should be good to go. We should be good to go. This is a list of the Carolina Panthers transactions just over last week. Like I said, we dropped For Panthers Fans Only on Wednesday. When we do that, we record on Tuesday nights. Whenever you guys see For Panthers Fans Only the full podcast, it is always recorded a night or a day before. So always take that into account when you guys are listening or whatever the case may be, because the news, I mean, we're dealing with professional sports. And so we know that the news cycle never really stops. So you guys got our reaction when, Coker made the lineup or made the 53 man over TMJ. I was not happy. I'll be honest. I was not happy. I know a lot of y'all were happy. It seemed like it was a victory lap for a lot of TMJ haters, but that's okay. That's okay. Cause now he went out there with bro in San Francisco, and yes, he is on the practice squad, but y'all will see. But other than that, I mean, it's nothing really crazy, bro. It's nothing really crazy. The biggest things to me that stood out was obviously when we did this on the 28th. All of these cornerbacks. I'm really excited about this Bartholomew guy. And I know that either Rappaport or Schefter came out and said that Shamar Bartholomew was one of the more popular free agents, I guess you can say, per the waiver wire. I think there were 4 claims for him. And then there was another guy too. I can't remember who the other guy was. I think it was bro. Jamie Sheriff. Or Sharif, however you pronounce it. I don't want to mess up his name, but I'm not going to hold y'all. I'm going to be respectful. But to be quite frank, you got to do something for me to know your name. But I believe it's Sheriff. So I'm going to chill. Welcome to Panther Nation, Jamie. Welcome. But yeah, these 2 guys are the guys that I'm most excited about. Shamar and Jamie. I'm most excited about these guys. Obviously, you get more length with Isaac. Add another body, more depth with Tariq. And then, we make the corresponding moves. All of these guys were signed to the practice squad. And then, as we know, Alex Cook was let go off of the practice squad. I want to say, where is that transaction? Right here, the 30th. Release Alex Cook, Walter Parmore, Mason Brooks, brought in Deion Kane and Brandon Walton. And then obviously signed Jalen Coker, Damani Richardson. And I know a lot of people were excited about this Jordan Matthews back to the active roster as well. Because I'm not going to hold you. I was too. We talked about Jordan Matthews on For Panthers Fans Only, and I talked about Jordan Matthews on Move the Chains as well, that I believe Jordan Matthews was going to be a big piece in this offense. I personally was very, very surprised that the Carolina Panthers let him go initially. But then I saw like the breakdown, how he was a vested veteran or whatever the case is. And, they released him because they knew he would clear waivers, and they brought him back because it would have been cheaper. Whatever witchcraft they pulled, I commend the Carolina Panthers for the way they let that situation play out. Just because, like I said, Jordan Matthews, in my opinion, there was absolutely no way that he shouldn't have been a part of this roster. Absolutely no way that he shouldn't have been a part of this roster. I think the leadership that you get with Jordan Matthews, I think the ball skills that Jordan Matthews has is going to be huge for Bryce Young and his development this season. Jordan Matthews, to me, was just way too beneficial to not be a part of this 53-man roster, in my opinion. He just simply was. And then, kind of working backwards a little bit, we knew that the Carolina Panthers, kept a lot of D linemen. We knew they kept a lot of D linemen, which was very, very questionable. And then we saw Crumedy placed on IR. We saw a couple of those guys released as well. So that kind of made sense to me. That made sense to me because on FPFO, we talked about how that room was extremely deep. And we were kind of confused just because a lot of those guys really didn't jump off the paper to me. Didn't jump off the paper, didn't jump off the film, didn't jump off the practice field. So very, very confusing, but, made the adjustments on that front. Brought in a lot of cornerbacks. And we'll talk about that as well because if y'all remember, I don't even remember if this was a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, but we were talking about somebody. I cannot remember who it was. I think it was Rudy Ford because somebody was questioning when I dropped the 53-man projection. Somebody was questioning Rudy Ford and why I had him there or whatever. And the explanation that I got was just the fact that I felt as though Dave Canales and Dan Morgan liked bigger guys in the secondary. That was the explanation that I gave. It was really not because of production. It wasn't because of really anything else other than the fact that Rudy Ford is bigger, than a lot of the guys that we have in that room, like a Damani Richardson, no shot at all. But like a Damani Richardson, like a Jamie Robinson, even though we don't really know what position he's going to be playing, whether it's going to be that nickel position or that safety position or what. But Rudy Ford was a larger safety, and I believe that he was going to make the roster just based off of that because I think that's the body type, the ideal body type that Dave Canales and Dan Morgan are looking for. Obviously, we saw him get released, so he isn't a part of the team. However, you go out and you sign 3 or 4 cornerbacks that I want to say are all above 6 feet, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, they're all above 6 feet. I know Bartholomew is a bigger guy. Isaac is a bigger guy. I don't know much about Tariq. So I'm not going to trip on him, or I'm not going to make a comment on his size, pause. But I know for a fact these other 2 guys are bigger cornerbacks. So when I made that point initially, I know y'all thought I was crazy or that I was just talking, but that really, really wasn't the case. To me, it seems like this coaching staff, as well as this front office, like bigger prospects. They like bigger guys. They do. So I'm not mad at it. Personally, I am not mad at it at all with what the Carolina Panthers did after that initial 53-man roster came out. And I'll be honest with you, we had a discussion on FPFO or pre-FPFO production meeting, and we were talking about what we wanted to do as far as, I feel like my joint, gotta get my joint right, bro. We talked on FPFO just about, if we wanted to even do the breakdown of the 53-man roster, just because we knew there were going to be a lot of changes, and we decided to go ahead and do it. Because I told him that I would just cover it today and we will go over a couple of things. But overall, I'm happy with what we got. I'm happy with what we're rolling out. Let's take a look at this too. This was something that somebody put up on Twitter. Regarding the new cornerbacks we brought in. JD from 4-Man Rush. Shout out to you. And I'm sure y'all seen this. I'm sure y'all saw this past week when the Carolina Panthers made the transactions that they did. I'm sure y'all saw this. If y'all didn't, then this is y'all's first time. Just take a good look at this graphic because this is huge to me. Just take a look. Let me give y'all a second just to kind of look. Guys on the top obviously are the guys that we brought in the guys that are currently rostered. And then obviously down below are guys that are either on IR or that have been released or that are on practice squad. And then obviously you have Shaw Smith-Wade, who is, a part of the 53, the rookie. But just take a good look at this graphic. Because what people don't acknowledge within the fan base, like, because I know a couple of fan favorites will let go. Specifically, for us, Deshaun Jameson, huge Deshaun Jameson fan. I'm not going to sit here and lie to y'all. I'm a huge Deshaun Jameson fan. So I know there were a couple of fan favorites that were let go because I know he was one of them. A lot of people, were kind of high on Lamar Jackson based off of the preseason game that he had. I was one of those people that fell victim. I thought Lamar Jackson was going to be able to make this roster just based off of that. Now, he was getting fried in camp. He was getting fried in camp. Don't get me wrong. He was getting fried in camp. But like I told y'all 2 weeks ago, maybe he's just a game-time player. Maybe he's just a game-time player. However, he wasn't able to make the roster. And so now we get these guys. Now we bring these guys in. Tariq Castro-Fields, Keenan Isaac, and Shamar Bartholomew. Look at the upgrade. And I say that with all due respect. Again, I'm a huge fan of Deshaun Jameson. Had multiple conversations with Deshaun Jameson. But I'm just going based off of the film, and I'm going based off of PFF just for this particular thing. I'm not one of those guys that's going to tell you PFF is the Bible as it pertains to football. But I think PFF is a very reputable source. Now, do they have some suspect things going on at times with their grades and stuff like that? Absolutely. But this is extremely telling. And honestly, if you go look at the film on these guys, specifically Shamar, because this is who I looked at the most. When you go look at the film on these guys, it kind of is a significant difference. I'm not going to hold you. This group looks a lot different than this group. I'm not going to hold you. The Carolina Panthers got a lot better in the secondary this past week. And I'm one of the guys, personally, that I didn't think that the Carolina Panthers really, really had a crazy big problem in the secondary. I felt as though they needed to go acquire more bodies. But if they were to keep Deshaun, keep Shaw, obviously we got Troy. We obtained Mike Jackson in the trade. And then JC, the biggest thing was just making sure that JC Horn stayed healthy. That was my take on it initially. But now that I see what we have in the room compared to what we had on top of Mike Jackson, on top of JC Horn, this defense looks a lot better. This group looks a lot better. That cornerback room looks a lot better. I'm not going to hold you. And again, I say that with all due respect because I'm a fan of a lot of the guys that were let go out of that room. But I think if you go back and listen to Dave Canales' presser the other day, I want to say on, what was it, either Wednesday or Thursday, the media asked him about, the secondary and if the secondary had a problem. And I'm sure y'all heard his answer. and to be honest, I didn't know he had that in him. I didn't know Dave had that in him. There's a couple of guys that surprised me over the past couple of days. It's a couple of guys that's been surprising me over the past couple of days, but the media asked Dave Canales, do you guys have a problem in the secondary room? Do you feel like you have a problem at cornerback? And Dave Canales said very, very blatantly, with respect, however, very straightforward, not now. When asked if the Carolina Panthers had a problem in the cornerback room, Dave Canales responded with not now. So obviously, whatever they were seeing on tape and whatever EJ was coaching up, there wasn't a good understanding on it from the quarterback's position, or they just weren't able to execute at the level the Carolina Panthers coaching staff felt was necessary. Because when he was asked that question, he said not now. And to me, that gives me confidence. That gives me confidence personally. Because like I told y'all, me personally, again, this is all opinion-based. I'm going to give y'all the facts, and then I'm just giving my opinion. For me personally, I was A-okay with the cornerback room that the Carolina Panthers would have rolled out week one against the New Orleans Saints. Now, did we need more depth? Absolutely. I said that on multiple occasions because I did feel like JC Horn, we know the truth about him. We know JC Horn over the past 3 or 4 years of his NFL career, he's been extremely fragile. We know that. We're not going to pull punches. We're going to be honest about the situation. We know that he's been extremely fragile. But I will say, for me personally, I was okay with it. But again, we've talked about, Deshaun Jameson was very, 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 very little. He was. Same thing with DiCaprio Boodle. Very small guys on the outside. Smaller guys on the outside. And I told you guys again, 2 weeks ago, that I think this coaching staff likes bigger, faster, stronger. There's no question in my mind. This coaching staff likes bigger, faster, stronger. And that's what we saw on Wednesday when the waivers were placed and players were acquired, and that's why we got a lot bigger, lot longer pause in that cornerback room, because that is what is most suitable really for this coaching staff and kind of the vision of the defense. So, I mean, not really much analysis that needs to go into that. That's just the facts. That's just the facts. Let me see what y'all got going on in the chat. So hit that like button. Shout out to Corey. Run that up. I wasn't a fan of the guys under 6 foot on outside receiver. Yeah, I know. And you're not the only fan that has that thought process. You're not. I completely understand I completely understand the thought process with guys not wanting, 5'9", 5'10", 5'11" cornerbacks. I get it. On the outside, I mean, we know what the receivers nowadays look like. So I completely understand. Jay Grizzly, what up? Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that. Dave was savage with it. I love it. Don't even think he likes Dane as much as Dan. I mean, that's a whole different conversation, but he was savage. And like I said, bro, I didn't know Dave Canales had that in him. I didn't know he gave it up like that, bro. The only thing that I've seen from Dave Canales is that happy-go-lucky bullshit that he be putting on for the media every day. That's what I see from Dave Canales. That's the type coach I see from him. But I need more, I need more responses like that. Not going to hold you. And obviously, we're not in the season, so we don't 100% know how he's going to deal with some of the adversity that you know he'll have to deal with, throughout the season and injuries and things like that. So maybe his tonality may change. However, throughout the summer, we know we were getting the same Dave Canales literally every single day. He may have had a bad day 1 or 2 days with the media, in my opinion, where his tonality was just completely off from what we had seen in the past. But yeah, bro. Yeah, we got, we got bills to pay, we got mouths to feed, we got money to be made, and we got games to win. So yeah, when you ask me if we have a problem in the secondary, not now, no. Not now, Sheena, not now, Vasta. Whoever asked the question, I can't even remember. Not now, though. Not now. We don't have a problem anymore. And I think realistically, because I even tweeted this out. But I think realistically, if you would have asked Carolina Panthers fans on Tuesday evening, right? And I know a lot of y'all felt the same way because I saw it on Twitter. I saw it in the YouTube comments. I saw it on Instagram. They had think pieces about it on ESPN after the 53-man was announced. I know if you ask a lot of people that follow Carolina Panthers football or, are fans of the Carolina Panthers, if you would have asked them on Tuesday evening after the initial 53-man roster was released, what was the biggest point of concern? I think 1A would have been the pass rushing room, and I think 1B would have been the cornerback room. I think we can all agree on that. I do. And the Carolina Panthers did what they needed to do, in my opinion. They went out on Wednesday and they put in multiple claims for 3 or 4 guys that they feel are ready to go right now, that they feel like can play if need be week 1 against the New Orleans Saints. We got longer, we got bigger, we got more physical. So yeah, that to me was one of the weakest points on the team. That to me was one of the weakest points within the team was the secondary. Now, I say that because I do believe that we're solid in a lot of places. I think offensive line we're solid. I think quarterback we're going to be okay. Running back, obviously, we're going to be solid in my opinion, especially when Brooks gets healthy. Wide receiver has taken a huge jump, even though we only kept 5. And I need to acknowledge that too. I need to give remarks about that too. I'm gonna argue semantics this go round because came on here like 2 weeks ago and said if the Carolina Panthers only kept 5 receivers that I would retire from content. And my out and my response or my out because my content manager Dylan, he always gonna hold my feet to the fire for sure. So he's like, hey, bro, I need to hear that retirement speech. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, that's just simply not happening. But the way that I get out of that is just by telling y'all, the Carolina Panthers ended up keeping, 7 after day 1. And that's when the bet was off. That's when the bet ended. So listen, I am not going to be a man of my word, as we can see. Not going to be a man of my word on that particular front. I'm just simply not going to. I don't even know where I was and why I went on that tangent. But yeah, I'm just not. I'm just not. He said, shout out to that bad man Canales. Don't crown him yet. Don't crown him yet. Now, I will say, summer program looks solid. The installation of the offense throughout training camp, the way they went from level to level to level, I was there every day, so I was able to see it. Very, very solid. The way he handles the media, very solid. The way that I believe he's a player's coach, he gets out there, he runs around like we saw on Camp Confidential today. Gets his hands moving with the guys, you know what I'm saying? The energy is there, etc. But don't crown him yet. Don't crown him yet. We got to see the first 3. Let's go ahead and talk about it because that's really all I have on the updated 53. If you guys missed it, you can go right now. If you click on the G2S network and you go to the playlist labeled for Panthers fans only, it's a podcast within the network. Go to For Panthers Fans Only right now, and you can take a look at our reaction to the 53-man roster, the initial 53-man roster. You can go look at that right now. That was released last Wednesday, full production with me, my co-host, our producer. You can go check that out right now. Also, if you haven't already, since we're here kind of in a break in the action, like, comment, subscribe, bell notification, turn all of those things on. You want to send a super chat, I'll never turn one of those away. I'm not gonna hold you. I'll never turn one of those away. This shit costs to do this. I'm not gonna hold you. What we do, it costs. It costs for sure. For sure. So if you want to give a super like, super thanks, super chat, whatever the case may be, I'm gonna be extremely gracious and grateful. But if you don't, I mean, cool. That's no problem. But just understand that the paywall will come one day. The paywall will come one day. Know that for shit show. What I sound like, y'all let me know what I sound like, bro. I think that we have the problem with the audio when we do these live streams. I think that we have that problem. I think we have that problem corrected now. Got a brand new cam, so if I look more handsome, I don't really know how I could have gone up from last week. But it's just, it's just the resolution of the camera. It's just the resolution of the camera for sure. Where y'all want to go next? Y'all want to talk about the first 3 weeks of the season? Y'all want to talk about the first 3 weeks of the season, or do y'all want to go to Camp Confidential first? Camp Confidential will take less time. First 3 weeks of the season really won't take much time either. But y'all let me know what y'all want to do. I don't know if y'all are saying anything on Twitter. I can't see it. And for whatever reason, this thing won't let me join from my personal page. Okay, bet. There we go. We live. We lit. For sure. Cool. Appreciate it. J47. You work for them? Those are those are weird numbers. Those are weird numbers to have. I sounded crazy. Those are weird numbers to have behind your name, because actually, ironically enough, this is a 47 cap. And I don't know who dropped this. Me too, Rock. We're gonna talk about it. Shout out to Rock. Rock was good. You be showing love. We're gonna talk about it. But yeah, this hat came from 47. They just released it last week, either last week or a week and a half ago, sometime in that time frame. But I believe it's still available. And like I said, bro, I gotta stop giving out free promo, because these companies do not be paying me. They don't be paying me. They don't be paying the network. They don't be paying FPFO. So I really got to stop giving out free promo. But just because I rock with y'all heavy, like, if you want the link, I'll send you the link. You can DM us. All of our social media is attached, as you can see on the border. You can DM us. I'll send you the link. I'll send you the link. But I appreciate it. J47. I don't know if you work for them or not, bro. I don't know if y'all have bots, you know what I'm saying, the AI or the bots that let y'all know when somebody go live, and if somebody mentions the company 47, somehow y'all get notified. I believe that's an actual tool that these big corporations use. But I appreciate it. It is a nice one. I appreciate it. I copped immediately. I don't know if it was Bland on Twitter or somebody else that dropped the link and asked if people were copying, what they felt about it. But as soon as I saw it, I had to have it. I'm not going to hold y'all. As soon as I seen it, I had to have it. And my boy, shout out Duncan. Shout out Unnecessary Bluntness. My boy Aaron got the white joint. And I was looking for the white joint on Depop, etc. And I could not find a white joint. He said, I did not work there, but it is my favorite number. And I copped the cap as soon as I saw it. I love the diamond cut style. I had the old school one from the logo. Yeah, bro. The diamond cut is different. It gives you that vintage feel, bro. That's like one of the vintage staples. Like if you're familiar with the hat game, if y'all don't know, like Goodies and Two Shoes, that's really what G2S started as, with like vintage clothing, and then we kind of progressed into like more clothing reselling. And then like it was just a hyper focus on the content creation and everything. But that being said, since I'm here, Goodies is definitely coming back. I actually just had a phone conversation 2 days ago about what next steps will be regarding that. So if y'all don't follow Goodies and Two Shoes on Instagram right now, go do that. Go do that right this second. All you got to do is close me out, put me in the corner. Because YouTube, when you live, I know they allow you to keep it open. But go tap in on Goodies right now for sure. Yeah, Rock. Don't be having that. Don't be having that heat. Hey, when we went to Chicago last year, just know, when we went to Chicago last year, Dunk had about 15 fits. Dunk had about 15 Panthers fits, bro. All you needed, all you wanted. Old school. I'm talking about shit I ain't never seen before. And I done seen a lot of Panthers gear in my life. Vintage, current, futuristic, etc. I done seen a lot of Panthers gear in my life. But he had some shit that I had never seen before. A couple pieces. I don't know if this is because like my base is like tilted or slanted. Let me get myself right. There we go. That's a little bit better. Y'all see me? I kept messing with my hat, bro, because I'm like, is my hat sitting funny or what? But I think it's just because my base. That's the way the camera is set. Either Logo Athletic or Logo 7. I actually had a Logo Athletic one, but I think they used to be essentially the same company. Yeah, they were. For sure. Let's go to Camp Confidential. Did y'all first and foremost, before I even say anything about Camp Confidential, I want to make sure that y'all watched it. Have y'all had an opportunity to watch the second episode of Camp Confidential yet? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the live chat. Have y'all had an opportunity to watch Camp Confidential yet? The second episode that released today. If y'all haven't, then y'all need to let me know, because if I don't see anything in the live chat and I don't see anything in the comments, then I'm gonna just go ahead and rock out, and I'm gonna give my 2 cents on it, and we'll, it'll be quick in and out. Bloody, what's good? Bloody said he hasn't watched it yet. Anybody else care to give their opinion, or let me know if they watched it or not yet? Let me know. Oh yeah, we on Twitch too. I just seen the first Twitch comment come through. I was trying to figure out what the hell that logo was, but we on Twitch too. I'm gonna get Dylan to add. I'm gonna get Dylan to add the Twitch too, cause y'all, I need y'all following everything. Oh, shout out 47. That's what's up. Hey, 47, make sure you subscribe, bro. Jay, make sure you're subscribed. Also, since we're here, down below, if you're on YouTube right now, if you go to the description right down below, you'll be able to see the autographed football giveaway that we're doing. This is the last couple days that you can enter. We've been running marketing and promo and things like that behind this giveaway. If you click down below, if you're on YouTube in the description, you click down below right now, you can enter the autographed football giveaway. The football was signed by Bryce, Dave Canales, Deontay Johnson, JT Sanders, and Shaw Smith Wade. So if you want an opportunity and a chance to win that football, you can go in the description right now. If you're on YouTube, click that link. It'll take you directly there. If you have problems with entering, DM us on one of our pages, one of our social media pages. DM us, let us know. I'll make sure I get you guys in, because that problem has occurred a couple of times. So let me know if you have a problem with entering. But you do have the opportunity to gain up to 6 entries. So let me know. Shout out to 47. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that. YouTube be funny sometimes. YouTube does be funny sometimes. But make sure to enter that if you're on YouTube. Like I said, the way you can find that is in the description. If you are on Twitter right now, I know a lot of you guys are watching on X right now. Close me out. Go on our page. It's the pinned tweet. You'll see the pictures of the ball. And if you click on that link, it'll take you directly to where you need to be. If you subscribe on YouTube, you'll get an entry. If you put your name and your email, you'll get an entry. If you follow on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, etc., you will get an entry. You have the opportunity to gain up to 6 entries for a chance to win an autographed football by Bryce Young, Dave Canales, Deontay, JT, Shaw. So run that up right now. We only got a couple more days. What is today? Sunday? 2 more days. 2 more days left on that giveaway. And we will be announcing that on Wednesday's episode of the podcast. So we'll probably do the live drawing on Tuesday night. Well, not the live drawing, but we'll do the drawing on Tuesday night when we record. Well, the episode will go live at 9 a.m. I'll probably keep that up until about noon or maybe 1 p.m. on Tuesday, or excuse me, on Wednesday when the episode releases. And then I will notify the winner, and the winner will have 48 to 72 hours to claim their prize. And I probably want to only do 48 because I want to have it sitting out before week 1, because I want people to get it before week 1, before the game against the Saints. Lucas, what's up, brother? What's goody? But yeah, do that. So I seen a couple of y'all say y'all ain't get a chance to watch it yet. Jay said he got to watch it. Bloody said he didn't. This is the only thing I'm gonna say. And I kind of hinted towards it earlier a little bit. But I'm not gonna cap. I'm not gonna cap. And this is not me gassing. I know how content creation goes. Like, even though this is all y'all see from goodies, like the live streams and from FPFO, like I know how I just know how the creation goes, the content creation process goes. I understand it. I get it. This is the best to me. Camp Confidential episode 2, 2024, to me is the best episode, best piece of content that the Carolina Panthers team has released ever. No cap. Long form content, as far as long form content goes as it pertains to the NFL teams, this is the best piece of content that the team has released. My only knock My only knock, 910 was goody. My only knock on this episode of Camp Confidential is I don't know why they rushed it. Like they rushed it towards the end. The last 5 minutes was extremely rushed. Like there's no way that we go into Buffalo with all the storylines that are playing out. First team offense finally touching the field. Like you have guys mic'd up the first 2 games, but then nobody's mic'd up for the Buffalo game. Like you see what I'm saying? Like that, there was like they dedicated like a minute and a half to 2 minutes to the Buffalo game, which was the only preseason game that we won, and it was the only preseason game that the first team offense played in. Like that was, they rushed it. But besides that, flawless job. Round of applause. Round of applause. I'm not gonna hold you. I was impressed. Because episode 1 left me a lot to be desired, bro. Episode 1 was mid as hell. And I say that with all due respect to the hardworking people that are a part of the Carolina Panthers content creation team. But episode 1 of Camp Confidential this year was ass. Not going to hold you. Not going to hold you. But they made up for it. And I'm going to tell y'all this too. I like the way Chuba be chatting. That 247. They really didn't give us that joint practice content neither, bro. They really didn't give us that either. So like I said, that back part was very, very rushed because like training camp was open, right? It was open the whole time. Like cool. The last practice of training camp was a joint practice with the New York Jets. So even if you go Jets like full, like actual in detail, like more from the Jets training camp, the joint practice, and then you go to the preseason game, and then you have to go back-to-back preseason games. Like, I'm cool with that, bro. But I just wanted more. Like, the content was so good. The content was so good that it should have lasted way longer than 26 minutes. It should have lasted way more than 26 minutes. Way longer than 26 minutes because, like, there was just so many, storylines that I feel they didn't touch on. There was a lot more content that could have been had. And like, that Buffalo game was really turned up. And like, you got to think like that was the last opportunity that a lot of these guys will get in the NFL. So it was a lot of guys that really was playing for their lives, like on that field that particular day. So I felt like they kind of did that last Buffalo game a disservice. And I agree. I agree with, I don't even know who just said it. I don't know who said it, but somebody said something about joint practice. They did a disservice to joint practice, and they did a disservice to the Buffalo game for sure. But other than that, phenomenal job. Best piece of content by far that I've ever seen from the Carolina Panthers as it comes to their YouTube content, as it comes to anything that I've seen them produce. That was the best piece of content, from the camera work to the edits to the music, to the players that they decided to have mic'd up, to the film and footage that they got. Like, excellent job. Excellent job on episode 2 of Camp Confidential. If you haven't seen that yet, it did release today. Like I said, it was around 1 or 2 p.m. I can't remember exactly what time, but it did release today. Highly, highly, highly recommend you go check it out. Don't leave me, because I only got a couple more minutes. I promise. I told y'all I got to get out of here for the LSU and USC game. Don't leave me. But as soon as y'all get done here, I'm going to let y'all go by, let's say 7:05, so I can give y'all enough time to go watch Camp Confidential, and then y'all can go right from Camp Confidential to the closing part of the pre-show for LSU USC. I'm getting y'all out of here. Let me check the comments real quick. Let me check the live chat real quick. Chat was goody. Chat was good. I agree. It had the most Hard Knocks vibe yet. No, that's facts. That's facts, 47. And that's kind of why I don't be rocking with Panthers content like low key, because Hard Knocks set the standard, and they have set the standard for so many years. And it's like when you go watch Hard Knocks, like, and the production that it is, and then you have to go watch like Camp Confidential, or what's the other joint? Blueprint. Like when you go watch those pieces, like, that shit is such a like significant drop off. But episode 2 of Camp Confidential, they went crazy. They did their thing. Go and check it out after the stream. Just got home from Vegas all week, catching up on content. Oh, you just got back from Vegas? Did you win anything? That's the question. Did you win anything? Hey, me and my boys are going out to Vegas for the Raiders and Panthers game, bro. I can't wait. It's gonna be my first time ever in Vegas. You gotta shoot me a DM. Let me know what we need to check out. Good food, good drinks, beautiful women. Let me know where we need to be. Let me know where we need to be. Let me know where the hottest tables are too. Because I don't need to go in there and get my pockets ran on Friday night when we touch down. I don't need that to happen. I need to come in that bitch and I need to put 100 on black, and I need it to hit so I can go to the blackjack table, or I can go play 2-card hold'em and I can go run something up. So let me know, bro. Give me the guide. Let me know everything I need to know. Let me know everything I need to know. 47, I agree. They should have shown more of us whooping the New York Jets ass. I totally agree. They didn't dive into that enough at all. Episode 1 was kind of mid. That's one of the reasons why I haven't watched episode 2 yet, but I'm definitely going to watch it after my fantasy draft tonight. Yeah, you got to check out episode 2, bro. You got to check out episode 2. I'm not going to hold you. I feel the same way, bloody. Episode 1 was ass. And then on top of that, they held episode 2 for so long that it was just like, bro, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? But I highly, highly recommend going to watch episode 2. Best episode that I've seen from them. Best piece of content that I've ever seen from the Panthers. No cap. Panthers social ain't been the same since. It really hasn't, bro. Since 2015, since the Snapchat era, of Panthers content creation, that shit been weak. And I don't know if it was because we were winning, but like honestly, even after 2015, like even after that, our social media team was still turned up for sure. But it has taken a significant decline. Shout out to Eternal on the super chat. On the super chat. He said, "In Bryce we trust." Not gonna hold you. I've said this on multiple occasions, but I'll say it again for anybody that is new or anybody that has missed, moved the chains and what I've been saying all summer. Somebody that may have been, out on vacation or whatever the case may be. I support Bryce. I think we're in good hands. And Bryce, we trust. I second that. I second that statement. Shout out to you and thanks so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. I genuinely appreciate it. For sure. Let me see. Do you think New York's media team wasn't comfortable with too much of that footage getting out in case it makes them look too bad? I mean, no. I don't think that's facts, Jay. It doesn't get me hyped neither. He said hype videos and conferences don't get me hyped no more. I'm ready for change. Facts. Do you think we'll go to that? Agent, I'm coming right to you. I promise. Because we're going to look at the first 3 weeks. Because I'm under the belief that the Carolina Panthers have a big shot, a significant shot at going 3-0 to start the season off. But we'll get to it. We'll look at the schedule a little bit. And then we'll go look at Atlanta. Because I believe we're going to be playing Atlanta in January 5th in Mercedes-Benz for a divisional title. I could be delusional, but that's just my thoughts. Just to go back to Jay, he said, do you believe that New York's media team wasn't allowing that to come out? I mean, no, I don't believe that. I think that when a team goes into another team's arena, so to speak, for a joint practice, then they know what they're signing up for. Like they know what time it is. The NFL is a production, bro. The NFL is a production. All of these teams have these, these sub-series of, the off-season work, training camp, etc. There's like literally 32 hard knocks that exist for all 32 teams if you go on these teams' YouTube channels and things like that. So I don't believe that the New York media weren't trying to allow that to come out. And even if they were, like, if I'm the Carolina Panthers, like who the fuck are you, realistically? Excuse my French. I know some of y'all are watching with y'all's kids and stuff, but like, you can't tell me what to do with content that I create. Like, once I record it and once I create it and once it's in my possession, I then own that piece of content, no matter what it is. The same thing with artists. Like, bro, these artists don't be knowing. Like, if you go into a studio, like, and you come in there with your own beat and it's your vocals or whatever the case may be, like, that shit is still not yours. Once that engineer presses record on the soundboard or whatever the case may be, and you start recording, whatever is on that particular track that was created inside of that studio, they own that music. They own that piece of content. They own that piece of art. That's how that shit go. So no, I don't believe that the New York Jets told the Carolina Panthers media team not to release that, because even if they did, like, I'm not releasing that because y'all tell me to. Like, I'm just simply not doing it. They held it. It said, on God, they held it for long. I just knew it was getting bro. Me too, bro. That's why I was like low key blown, bro. I click on the episode and it's 26 minutes. I'm like, what the? I'm like, why, bro? Why? And then, like I said, once we got to the end of the episode, everything just felt so rushed. Everything just felt so rushed. Like, and it was a phenomenal piece of content. It was a phenomenal piece of content. And towards the end, they rushed everything so much. And they had me, bro. They had me hooked. They had me hooked. And then they go to the Buffalo game. I click pause and I see it's only like 2.5 minutes left. Oh man, they fumbled on that one. He said Bryce can potentially make a nice little leap in year 2. I'm not gonna hold him. Hopefully we win week 1. Hopefully we win week 1 versus the Saints. That would be huge for us. Absolutely. We're gonna talk about that. I'm an older fan, about to be 42 Thursday, so don't know how to DM on YouTube. Lucas, what's up? Let me know in the chat. You got Nah, that's probably true. Probably don't want too much of our offense to get out. That's probably true as well. But I feel like there's like, when they were showing the videos of Chuba, shout out Chuba too, bro. Shout out Chuba too. I ain't know Chuba be chatting like that. Chuba, I'm not gonna hold you. Chuba became one of my favorites off of the little 5 or 6 minute piece of Camp Confidential that he had. Chuba became one of my favorite Panthers, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. He be chatting and he a dog. And he's a leader. And Chuba is a leader. Very, you know what I'm saying? Young guy, but Chuba's a leader and he be chatting. He a dog. That's what we need in that locker room. I like what I saw from Chuba in episode 2. But Lucas, what you got, bro? Also, happy birthday. Happy birthday. You say your 42nd birthday is coming up on Thursday. Shout out to you. Happy birthday. More life to you. Got at least another 50 to go. If that's what you want. If you want another 50, you got another 50 in you. For sure. He said, I agree with the 3-0 take. If we start off 3-0, I'm acting like a monkey on Mint Street. Nah, for shit show. True, they knew the cameras were rolling. That's fair. I was just trying to, why they didn't. Yeah, I don't know, Jay. I really don't. I think they just rushed it, bro. Because, I mean, I was out there all summer and I saw, like, they had cameras everywhere at all times rolling. So I don't know what happened. Saints offensive line is shaky at best. Facts. Let's talk about it. Let me pull this up. Excuse me. Let me pull this up. Give me 1 second. Let me pull this up. Let's look at the Carolina Panthers schedule. Let's look at the first 3 games of the Carolina Panthers schedule. And I want y'all to tell me, like, genuinely what's going to prohibit us from winning these 3 ball games. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull up the Atlanta Falcons with I'm going to pull up the Falcons joint too. What time is it, y'all? Let me know. I told y'all we were getting out of here by 7:10. So y'all can go watch episode 2. Y'all make sure y'all keep me on the time, bro. Hold me accountable because y'all know I'll get to chatting. Chuba getting 1,000 this year. I'm willing to stamp that. I'm personally willing to stamp that. I believe Chuba is going to go for 1,000 this year, especially at the volume that I believe he'll be running the football. especially at the volume that I believe Chuba Hubbard is going to be running the football. I think 1,000 is easy for Chuba. I think 1,000 is easy for Chuba this year. The upgrades to the O-line, the upgrade to the offensive play calling, the volume at which he'll be running the football. I think 1,000 yards for Chuba Hubbard is a lot this year. I do. Let's look at this real quick. Then I'm gonna let y'all go because this is literally all I had tonight. We will be back. I will be back next week after the Saints game, probably around the same time frame, maybe like 7:00, just so we kind of get in that window of football is off until Sunday night. So I'm gonna try and get in that window, and then we'll come on here. I'm gonna come on here probably for about an hour and some change, and give my immediate reactions to whatever happens on Sunday against the New Orleans Saints. Now that won't be an every week thing. That will not be an every week thing just because I'm a season ticket holder. So a lot of the home games I will be in attendance for. I know I'm going to Vegas, so that damn sure won't happen that day. And Washington, I will be going then as well, going to that game as well. And then week 18, I think we're going to Atlanta. So that won't happen. That won't happen for a couple of weeks, but there are a lot of weeks that we will be hopping on live after the Carolina Panthers game on that Sunday, getting in that window where, the 4:15, 4:30 games are going off, and there's a little tiny window where there's no football on until Sunday night football, and I'm gonna hop in that window and I'm gonna give my immediate reactions just to the game. Some nights I may drop the link in the chat just so for some of y'all to get some of y'all shit off. We can have it like a hotline almost. We'll have it like a hotline. All right, I got it pulled up. Let me see. Give me 8 more minutes of your time and I'll let y'all go. Give me 8 more minutes of your time and I'll let y'all go. If you don't already, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Shout out to Eternal on the super chat. Appreciate that, brother. Shout out to you. Like, comment, subscribe if you're watching on Twitter, watching on X. Make sure to follow. You can find us there at FPFO_podcast. Turn that bell notification on YouTube for sure as well. QJ says Panthers 31, Saints 17. Not mad at it. Not mad at it. Let's look. Let's look. And again, we will be breaking down. We will be breaking down the Carolina Panthers schedule again on For Panthers Fans Only. And we will be looking at kind of like way too early awards for the team in particular. But let's look at this, bro. So you'll get, and also you guys will get the live stream game preview on Friday. The full squad will be here. And this is Mood to Change with JJ. However, our For Panthers Fans Only stream will happen on Friday night. We have a very, very special guest that's going to be joining us from the Saints community to give us their point of view, give us their perspective as well. So that'll be a dope opportunity. But let's take a look at this. Now, y'all tell me what is to prevent us from going 3-0 in this span. Because I'm not going to hold you, bro. I'm not going to hold you. Like, that Saints offensive line is suspect at best. That Saints O-line is suspect at best. Their offense, to me, really ain't nothing crazy. The Saints offense, to me, really is nothing crazy because, and I say that because Derek Carr is their quarterback. They have weapons. Don't get me wrong. When you go look at AK, you go look at Chris Olave, you look at Raheem Shaheed, the tight end duo with Jawan as well as Taysom Hill. They have weapons. Don't get me wrong. But for one, I think Allen is a shit coach. That's number one. Number two, I feel like Derek Carr is suspect. And with the O-line as garbage as I think that it will be, especially with Bro at tackle, and if y'all watch Unnecessary Bluntness at all or follow him on X, y'all know exactly who I'm talking about when I say Bro. But if he lines up in front of Jadeveon Clowney, we may see Jadeveon Clowney start the season off with 3.5 sacks. If he lines up in front of Jadeveon Clowney, we may see Jadeveon Clowney start the 2024-2025 NFL season off with 3.5 sacks for the Carolina Panthers. I'm not going to hold you. He said Carr is definitely suspect. Yeah, he definitely is. He definitely is, bro. Carr is definitely suspect. Like, he going to get that shit up. And I'm not going to hold y'all too, bro. Like, a big problem for the Carolina Panthers last year defensively was the fact that we were never able to really create many turnovers. With this coaching staff, I think that's going to change. Now, obviously, I know defensively, like nothing changed because better part of the defensive staff stayed in place. And I know EJ is still at the helm and everything like that. But I think the coaching staff overall is just under a different mindset. So, like, you'll hear in Camp Confidential where they talk about challenging the football. You'll hear that. I believe this defense is going to create a significant amount of turnovers this year. Now, I will say that will be the case. And on the contrary, I don't know. Y'all know what I mean. Contrary to that, I'll say it that way. Contrary to that, there's going to be a lot of big plays that happen because we take those chances and those risks. But they will be worth it. They will be worth it because I think we'll capitalize more times than we get burnt. And honestly, I believe that when we start putting pressure on Derek Carr come Sunday, September 8th, next Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern time, I think he's going to give that shit up. I do. I have us beating the Saints, bro. I have us walking into New Orleans week 1. You know, we got smut on our name still from last year. Everybody's still challenging Bryce and his ability as an NFL quarterback, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I think that we go out and we prove a point and we make a statement. And I saw a 31-17 prediction, and I saw Bloody say, if we put up 31 points, I'm gonna go crazy. Prepare to go crazy, because I like 31-17. I do. I think this offense is gonna put up a lot of points this season, bro. I think this offense is going to put up a lot of points this season. I really, 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 really do. Now, like I said, don't want to get too long-winded because I want to go look at the Falcons schedule as well, because I believe that the Falcons are the biggest threat to the NFC South division. I think that the Falcons, honestly, are the favorites to win the division. So we'll look at theirs as well, and I'm going to tell y'all why we should be optimistic heading into week 1. I'm going to show y'all why. Big Walk, shout out to you for the super chat, bro. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, Big Walk. He said, last Sunday without Panthers football. I do want to thank you for all the great content, YouTube, Twitter, etc. Hey, shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. If it wasn't for people like you, I promise you we wouldn't do it. If it was not for people like you, bro, I promise you we wouldn't do it, bro. Because I know a lot of people really, really be tuned in, really be tapped in and waiting and watching and trying to see what we got going on and what we're doing. If it wasn't for people like you, I promise you we wouldn't do it. So appreciate you for the super chat and appreciate those words. We worked very, very hard this summer, and specifically over training camp, to get you guys the best content possible as it pertains to, footage from camp, immediate feedback, the real, raw, uncensored truth about what was going on during camp, during joint practice, etc. So I appreciate that. Those words mean a lot. Shout out to Big Walk on the super chat. And shout out to the words of encouragement, for real, for real. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoy the content. But yeah, bro, the long story short, because like I said, I wanted to get y'all out of here by 7:10. So y'all can get y'all drink and y'all can do whatever y'all need to do for the 7:30 kickoff with USC and LSU. And honestly, don't get your head gassed up on no prospects. We do not need to be talking about nothing related to the NFL draft in September before week 1 even begins. So keep all of that to yourself. That's just bad energy to me. But yes, all of that being said, I have us winning this game. I have us winning against the New Orleans Saints. I do. And 31-17, somewhere in that range, give or take 5 and 6 points difference. I like the Carolina Panthers, bro. I like the Carolina Panthers against the New Orleans Saints. To me, their roster hasn't improved enough for me to be fearful. Because if you remember our games last year, we were in both of them, specifically week 2 on Monday Night Football. And the Saints didn't really get better this offseason to me, and we did. Simple as that. We did, they didn't. I like us, and they're the divisional rival, so fuck them. I like us. We come back to the city, come back to the bank week 2 against the Chargers. Y'all tell me why we can't win that game. Y'all tell me why we can't beat the Chargers in our home opener. Because I know Justin Herbert is a dog, but like, who is he throwing the football to? No, we're not going to say Quentin Johnson, whatever his name is, and Lad McConkey. They won't beat this defense. If Evero has anything to say about it, them two guys will not beat this offense or our defense. Excuse me. They won't. And realistically, without them having Eckler, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of holes over there, and their defense really is not that. And then we wrap it up with the Raiders. That first 3 weeks, again, just touching on it very briefly. Then we wrap it up with the Raiders, and once again, I have no fear. I have no fear. Now, listen, don't get me wrong. When we scroll a little bit, and I see this stretch right here, Kansas City, Philly, Dallas, Arizona. Like, when I see that little stretch there, I get a little nervous. I'll be honest. And even honestly, week 4 and 5. Because even though we hate the Bears and their fan base and everything to do with Chicago, except for the beautiful city itself, they're going to be a threat. And this is a football game, week 5 in Chicago at Soldier Field. This is a game that we're going to have to earn. This game right here is really going to define who the Carolina Panthers are for the remainder of the season in my head. This game, honestly, if you're a Carolina Panthers fan and you're preparing, this is the game that needs to be highlighted. This game right here needs to be highlighted. Go ahead and highlight week 5. Put that in your mental bank. That game this is going to define who the Carolina Panthers are going into the second week of October. This is the matchup that you need to be ready for. Because hypothetically speaking, even if we go 2-2 the first 4 weeks, let's just say for whatever reason we beat the Saints and we beat the Raiders, but we lose to the Chargers and Bengals. Week 5 is going to be a huge game, bro. Because if we look at, let's go over here. And I'm wrapping up. I promise to God. I swear. I promise to God I'm wrapping up. But if we go over here, it is very possible that the Atlanta Falcons start their season 0-3. It is very possible that the Atlanta Falcons, who I have winning the NFC South, I have the Atlanta Falcons winning the NFC South, but I do believe that the Carolina Panthers will keep it close enough for the duration of the season for that Week 18 matchup on January 5th in Atlanta to be for a divisional title. And if you ask me at that point who will be NFC South champions, I'm going to tell you the Carolina Panthers. Because I done seen us walk into Atlanta with a divisional title on the line and mobbing they shit. But that's a long, long way down the line. Let's just look at what's directly in front of us. The first 3 weeks. It is very possible that the Atlanta Falcons lose to Pittsburgh at home with Russell Wilson as their new quarterback, with George Pickens being the primary number 1 receiver, with Najee, Jalen Warren, and Cordell Patterson in the backfield, with that stout defense that added linebacker Patrick Queen, who a lot of you guys will remember the Carolina Panthers were in the market for as well. It is very possible that the Falcons go home week 1 and get clipped. It also, off of that, it's very possible that the Falcons lose in prime time to the Philadelphia Eagles the week after. And it's also very possible that the Falcons again get embarrassed in prime time against the Kansas City Chiefs. So it is very possible, all of that being said, in wrapping, just to give you guys some kind of hope if you don't already have some, it is very, very possible. Let me pull this up. Let me pull myself up so y'all can know my energy. It is very, very possible that the Carolina Panthers through 3 weeks will be looking and sitting at the top of the division because to me personally, I don't believe that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are a threat. The Buccaneers are a very, very, very good football team. Yes, they won the division last year. I know, all of that. Excuse me, all of that stuff. I get it. I understand. I know. You know what I'm saying? I get it. It's not lost upon me. But I just don't believe they're a threat. And to me, the New Orleans Saints are the worst team in the division. They'll tell you it's us. And a lot of people that don't really know what's going on with the division will tell you it's us. You listen to the national media and shit like that. But if you really know something, then you'll know for real, that the New Orleans Saints are the worst team in this division, in my opinion. But all of that being said, it's very, very possible that the Atlanta Falcons start the season off 0-3 and the Carolina Panthers start the season off 3-0. And even if, like I said, even if the Carolina Panthers start the season off 2-2 with the matchup between Cincinnati and the Chargers potentially being the losses, or Cincinnati and the Raiders, because I do have us losing to the Bengals at home. I do. But even if we start off 2-2, that week 5 matchup is going to be huge in telling us as Carolina Panthers fans who this Carolina Panthers football team is and will be going forward into the 2024-2025 season. That's where I want y'all's head. This is the thinking, and this is what should be the thinking if you're a Carolina Panthers fan, right? Best case for the Carolina Panthers to start the season, you go 3-0. That's the best case. And like I've said multiple times tonight, and I'll re-emphasize the point yet again, it's very, very possible that the Carolina Panthers do go 3-0. There's a high possibility that happens, in my opinion, based on what I know about football, based on my knowledge on the league, and based on what I believe this team is capable of. There's a high possibility that this team starts off 3-0. Should that not be the case, in your head, if you're a Carolina Panthers fan and you're thinking about, playoffs, or you're thinking about potentially a divisional title, or you're thinking about just the development of the team as a whole, the worst case scenario in your head should be thinking the Carolina Panthers must go 2-2 in that first month of the season. There's no, to me personally, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The Carolina Panthers, at the very, very bare minimum, have to go 2-2 to start the season off. And when we go play Chicago, and this could be a win, and this could be a loss, in my opinion. But the team that you see when we go on the road in Chicago and we have to go to Soldier Field against a rookie Caleb Williams in a hostile environment with a revamped wide receiver room and a brand new running back in DeAndre Swift, the team that you see in Chicago is the team that this Carolina Panthers team will be going forward. And that's where Carolina Panthers fan base head should be at. And honestly, if you're a part of that front office and or the coaching staff, that game in particular should be highlighted. That's how much stock I'm putting into that game. Because shit only gets more difficult as time goes on when you look at the Carolina Panthers and this schedule. Things only get more difficult. The first 4 weeks, sure, we'll go 2-2. We'll go 2-2. But week 5 against Chicago, that's when we're going to know something. That's when we're going to know the truth about this team, about this coaching staff, about the vision that this front office has. That's going to tell us a lot. And like I said, I'm not saying that game has to be a win or needs to be a win or is going to be a win. But I'm talking about more from a mentality standpoint and more to see if they got that dog in them or they just going to lay over. Because that can be a turning point in the season because it gets a lot more difficult. But if you go 2-2 and you walk into Soldier Field and you let your nuts hang, I'm going to know something for sure. And like I said, we go 3-0. You're not gonna be. I'm about like bloody. I'm about like bloody. If we go 3-0, yeah, watch the way I'm gonna be talking. Watch the way I'm gonna be chatting. What Jalen Ramsey say when he played, bro? He said, "You tell me." Yeah, hey, let us go 3-0 and watch the way I'm gonna be chatting. Cause then I'm gonna know for real that we turned up. Because that's going to be a huge opportunity. Like I said, the window is going to be open. I believe the Atlanta Falcons will go 0-3 their first 3 weeks. At the very, very best, they go 1-2. The window of opportunity will be wide open. And we got to go ahead. We got to go ahead and make a statement early. We got to go ahead and get that momentum early. And I believe that we can do it. I believe we can do it. I believe we can do it. But very, very excited. Let me go through the comments real quick and then I'm wrapping. I know I went over. I knew it. I told y'all to hold me accountable. I told y'all to hold me accountable and y'all did. Told y'all we were going to be out of here by 17 and y'all didn't tell me what the time was. I'm going to go through some comments real quick and then we're going to get out of here so we can go watch kickoff. Yeah, Herbert is coming off a bad foot injury. Herbert is coming off a bad foot injury, which go on to support my statement and my thought process and my thesis and my prediction that the Carolina Panthers will and should go 3-0 to start the season. Because to me, Gardner Minshew is just not clipping us. I'm just simply not believing that shit. I'm just not believing it. To me, Gardner Minshew is not clipping us. He's not. And I know that's a hostile environment. I know Vegas is a hostile environment. I do. I know the history. I know it's a hostile environment, but I just don't see it. And I think that we're going to beat the dog shit out of the New Orleans Saints come week 1. I do. Let me see. Going through a couple more comments before we wrap. 100% agree, and I think it's going to be more through the air than on the ground. They just been talking so much about running the ball. Yeah, Lucas, they do. They have, and that is the game plan. But this is what I will say. And this is what I tell y'all. I'm not sure if y'all can hear me. I moved my mic a little bit. This is what I believe, and this is what I'll say, and this is what I will tell y'all. Whatever you guys see from this offense, whether it be week 1, week 2, week 3, just trust the process. Just trust the process. I was out there long enough this summer to know and believe and to have a really, really, really good feeling about Dave Canales and this offensive staff. So whatever you see, just trust the process, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. Just trust the process. Chargers offensive line, sweet too. Should be easy work. That's what I'm saying, QJ. That's what I'm saying. That first 3 weeks is slight, bro. Hoping that we start 3-0 and the Falcons start off 0-3. Twitter would be a crazy. Yeah, because, there's a couple of Atlanta Falcons fans that be on our side of Twitter, and I really just don't understand how or why. But they be on our job. They be on our job. And if that does happen, it is going to be very, very treacherous. I ain't going to hold you. And you're going to see a lot of Panthers fans on Twitter, Instagram, and everywhere else, especially content creators like myself, that's popping that shit. For sure. For sure. We have a decent record going to Chicago. They should make that a primetime game. I agree, but it will never happen. The storyline is there for it. I agree with that. If we win the division, Bryce will be the MVP. Will be in the MVP conversation. I don't know about that. I think that may be a little too premature. But I will say, if we win a division, then that means that Bryce Young developed a significant amount. So then all the rumors and whispers about us potentially drafting a quarterback can go ahead and die. I don't know if he'll be in the MVP conversation because I do believe that's a little premature. But I do believe that rumor, the whispers and things like that about the Panthers having to draft a quarterback 3 years after bringing in Bryce Young, that will die. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt to have a weapon at punt returner, though I know it doesn't mean anything to most. I think we have a weapon at punt returner. I think David Moore is gonna do the job. I think David Moore is going to do the job, and if he can't do it, then Raheem Blackshear will do the job. But I think we're solid in punt return. I do. I mean, like you said, Rock, it doesn't mean a lot to a lot of people. I may be one of those people that it doesn't really mean much to, but, I think with what this offense has shown me personally, I think we're going to be solid regardless. The Carolina Panthers versus the Bears might be a problem. Hey, if it is, I'll be lit. I'll be happy for it. I'll be happy about it. For fan base morale, the Chicago game needs to be a win, just like the Texans game needed to be a win. And that's a great point. That's a great point, Bloody. That's a great point. Because if we would have lost that Texans game last year to CJ Stroud when the Texans came into our building, the conversation would have been a lot worse than it was last year. And y'all know how bad it was last year about, Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. So you're right. For morale purposes, it's probably in our best interest as the Carolina Panthers fans that we win that football game. Because if we don't, then, that's just how it's going to be. That's just how it's going to be. Watch USC get his feelings hurt. I hope you're right. I got the spread. I think. Let me see. I'm gonna tell y'all my ticket for the night, and then we gone. It's 727. It's 727. I'm gonna tell y'all my ticket for tonight, and then we gone. If y'all put it in, y'all gonna get paid. He said, I can't wait to see the national media switch up on Bryce. The narrative will be, well, he was the number one pick. He was always the best player out. That's facts. You already know that. That's how they do the Carolina Panthers as a whole. How much confidence do you have in Bryce heading into the season? I think that the relationship between Bryce and Dave Canales is what I have the most confidence in, more so than Bryce Young himself. And that may sound like backhanded, or that may sound like, I'm shitting on Bryce, but I'm really not. I just believe that the offense that Dave Canales has put together for this particular group of guys, led by Bryce Young, is very, 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 very good. And I think that it does a phenomenal job at highlighting and honing in on what Bryce Young does well. That's how I feel. I'm going to give y'all my ticket real quick, and then I'm gone. I'm going to let y'all go. We went fucking 20 minutes over. I apologize. I got LSU minus 1.5. Josh Williams to have 50-plus yards rushing. My apologies. Deuce Robinson to have 40-plus yards receiving. First drive result for the USC Trojans tonight, punt. First drive result, punt. We need that. And then I just somehow, some way, FanDuel was able to give me a line for Deuce Robinson and Josh Williams, and I took both of those as well. Took the over at 41.5, and I took the over at 50.5 for Josh Williams. So yeah, that's what I have. We need an icky bounce back season too. Yeah, we damn sure do. Because I'm not gonna hold y'all. I get sick and tired of seeing Icky. Every chance I get, every time I see Icky, he laughing, he smiling, he doing this and that. Cool. I better not see not nail sack given up by Icky at all this whole year. Or actually, that's too far. My bad. See, my bad. That's too far. That's too far. My fault. But we do need an Icky bounce back. For sure. Well, look, man, it's 7:30. I went 20 minutes over. I apologize, but I appreciate y'all for rocking out with me. Going through a couple of things real quick. If you didn't already, or you haven't already, make sure to like this video, comment, subscribe, turn that bell notification. If you're watching on YouTube, turn that bell notification on. Put this in your algorithm. If you do all of those things, it'll be easy for you to see once we upload an episode of For Panthers Fans Only, once we upload an episode of Move to Change, once we go live, etc. So do that right now if you haven't already. Like, comment, subscribe, bell notification. That's for YouTube. Get y'all out of the way first. If you're watching on Twitter right now, X, thank you so much again for tuning in. Thanks for rocking out with me for this time. Make sure to follow. Find us at FBFO_podcast. Turn the bell notification on there as well, because we will be doing a lot more giveaways. We will be having a lot more content running through the Twitter page as well. So you're not going to want to miss what we have going on there. If you're watching on Twitch, we're new here. So thank you guys for having us. Thank you for tuning in. Instagram, everything else. Appreciate everybody. Find us at For Panthers Fans Only. You can see the handles right there. You can find us at For Panthers Fans Only. Go to your Safari. Search for Panthers Fans Only. You can find us everywhere there. If you ever want to just have a conversation, say what's up, whatever the case may be, I personally respond to all DMs except for Twitter. Me and Dylan share responsibility on the Twitter. So you may be getting me, you may be getting him. But if you ever want to say what's up, kick it, have a conversation, whatever the case may be, shoot us a DM on Instagram. TikTok, I'll tap in with you. You can shoot us an email. I got a hate email like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, and then last but certainly not least, in wrapping, if you haven't already, make sure to enter the autographed football giveaway. There are 2 days remaining. That closes on Tuesday, I want to say at 5 p.m. So if you just want to be proactive, then go enter right now. We have about 250 entries, if I'm not mistaken. So make sure to follow and follow all of the steps of that giveaway so you can maximize your opportunity to win. And the winner will be announced on Wednesday at 9 a.m. on our episode of For Panthers Fans Only. And yeah, I think I got through that pretty well. So again, thank you guys so much for being here. We will be back with another live stream on Friday evening, a whole For Panthers Fans Only cast. And again, we will be having a very, very special guest joining us to give us a Saints point of view of things, give us his thoughts on the game heading into week 1 of the regular season. And we will have instant reactions of the game on Sunday. We'll be doing another live stream on that around 7:15. I'll make sure to keep y'all updated. So make sure to tap in with us on social so you'll know what time we're going live. And other than that, yeah, appreciate y'all tuning in. Talk very soon. Peace.